Good afternoon, everybody. We are getting set here for the draw to set the starting grid for tomorrow night's Advanced Auto Parts Clash here from Daytona. It is the kickoff of the 2018 NASCAR mock season here on March 5/31. I'm Rick Burton here to be giving you the full broadcast of the draw for the starting grid. We have 21 drivers entered in this race based on meeting one of the 4 different criteria in order to make this race. These drivers either made the playoffs 1 year ago, won a pole 1 year ago, or they are a former Clash winner or a former Daytona winner. Whether it's the 500 or the July race from Daytona, they are in this race. We have 21 drivers for 21 spots. So, tomorrow night, like we said, it is the Advanced Auto Parts Clash from Daytona for the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. But that is not all the action we will have here this weekend from Daytona. Sunday morning, we will have Daytona 500 pole qualifying to set the starting grid or to set the front row for the Daytona 500. And then later on after that, we will have the ARCA Racing Series from Daytona, the Lucas Oil 200. That is Sunday afternoon here, only on March 5/31. But for right now, it is all about the Clash and setting the grid. Time to find out who will start where, as we are about to begin here with the draw. How this is going to go down, we're going to be going down numerical order, meaning that the one of Jamie McMurray will be the first driver to find out where they will start tomorrow night. On the left side of your screen, we have this random number generator. The minimum is 1. The max is 21. When we click this generate button, a number will pop up, and that whatever the number pops up is, that number represents where they will start here on the board for tomorrow night. So, without further ado, let's get started and find out who will win the poll for the Clash tomorrow night. First up, like we said, it is the one of Jamie McMurray, one of our playoff contenders from 2017. And he gets 14th on the grid. That'll be outside of row number 7 for Jamie McMurray. That is where he will line up tomorrow night. Next up is the number 2, Brad Keselowski, a former Daytona winner and one of a playoff contenders from 2017. Brad Keselowski, 15th. Right behind McMurray is the 2 of Brad Keselowski. So he will start 15th tomorrow night. Next up is another playoff contender, the number 3 of Austin Dillon. Top 10 start for Austin Dillon. He'll roll off 8th on the grid outside of row number 4 tomorrow night for the number 3 of Austin Dillon. How about a 3-time Clash winner for Kevin Harvick? 3 wins in the Clash. He also has a Daytona 500 victory for Kevin Harvick, and that will be enough for 12th place. Kevin Harvick will roll off 12th on the outside of row number 6 tomorrow night for Kevin Harvick. Next up is the number 6 of Trevor Bayne, the 2011 Daytona 500 champion for Roush Fenway Racing. Let's see what he can do. 19th for Trevor Bayne in the 6. That is the lowest number that we have seen so far. So right now we have Dillon 8th, Harvick 12th, McMurray, Keselowski, and then Bayne down in 19th. Next up is one of the biggest changes in the offseason, the number 9 of Chase Elliott. Hendrick Motorsports not returning the number 24 to track here in 2018. They changed numbers from 24 to number 9, matching Chase Elliott's father, Bill Elliott's old number. So we had Chase Elliott in the number 9 this year, Napa Auto Parts. And he gets an 8th, and as you can see, Austin Dillon already fills that spot, so we're going to do it again. 3rd for Chase Elliott. He is the first driver to get a top 5 spot here in this video. Chase Elliott will start 3rd tomorrow night for Hendrick Motorsports. But in my opinion, the biggest change in the offseason, Matt Kenseth leaving Joe Gibbs Racing but picking up a ride with Stuart Haas Racing in the number 10 car, replacing Danica Patrick. Matt Kenseth with DeWalt Tools as a sponsor, and what is currently a 1-year deal for Matt Kenseth. And he is 19th, 11th for Matt Kenseth. And I'll put Matt Kenseth right beside his new teammate Kevin Harvick on road number 6 for Matt Kenseth in the 10 car. Denny Hamlin knows how to go to victory lane in the class. He's done it about 2 or 3 times already. And he will get 12th. Not going to do it. 17th. And that's going to put him further back on road number 9 for Denny Hamlin. So if he wants to go to victory lane again in the class, you'll have to come from the 17th starting position tomorrow night for Denny Hamlin. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. making his debut in the class with 2 wins last season and a spot in the playoffs for Ricky Stenhouse. And he's going to have a good spot tomorrow night. Ricky Stenhouse is going to get 5th in the 17 for Jack Rouse. So good top 5 start for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 17. Next up will be the 18 of Kyle Busch. Won this race back in 2012. And he'll roll off. Oh, well, can't do that. 4th for Kyle Busch. The Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota will start 4th on the outside of row number 2 tomorrow night for the 18 of Kyle Busch. What about the sophomore driver, Eric Jones, replacing Matt Kenseth at Joe Gibbs Racing, making his class debut? Eric Jones is going to start 7th tomorrow night in the 20 car for Eric Jones. Nice, solid top 10 starting spot for the number 20. What about the Wood Brothers, number 21, Ryan Blaney? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots still left inside the top 10. And for Ryan Blaney, he'll end up 13th for the 21 of Ryan Blaney. Next up will be the number 22 of Joey Logano. Did not make the playoffs last year, but he did win this race 1 year ago. And for Logano, 10th place for the 22 of Joey Logano. Put him 10th on the board. And for Ryan Newman, the 31, $16th for Ryan Newman. Okay, my phone rung, so I had to pause this for a second, but see if I can pick up where I left off. And we're going to be having David Reagan be the next guy to find out where he is going to start. He won Daytona back in 2011, which put him in this race for Front Row Motorsports. And he'll be 21st on the grid for the 38 team of David Reagan. 38th is where 21st is where he will line up on the starting grid in the number 38 car for David Reagan. So he will start shotgun of the field. As now we take a look at former class winner and defending 500 champion Kurt Busch in the 41 car. And for Kurt Busch, there's not a lot of the spots left. And there he goes. The guy who will lead the field down to green, the 41 of Kurt Busch, takes the pole for tomorrow night's Advanced Auto Parts Clash from Daytona. The defending 500 champion, the Monster Energy Ford, is on the pole tomorrow night for the class. Kurt Busch leading the field down to green tomorrow night. But what about Kyle Larson? Where will he end up? Right there on the outside of the front row for Kyle Larson. So put Kyle Larson on the outside of the front row. So your top 5 will be Kurt Busch, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Your top 5. For Eric Almirola, 20th for the 43 of Eric Almirola, another former Daytona winner. 20th is where he will be lined up tomorrow night for Eric Almirola. Jimmy Johnson, the 48 team. It's 6th, 9th, or 18th. 18th for the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. He will end up 18th on the grid for the 48 team. Martin Truex Jr. 6th or 9th for Martin Truex. Then you have the 90 of Casey Kane, another big change, him going to GMS Racing in 2018. And Martin Truex will go 9th on the grid for the 78. And that can only mean one thing. Casey Kane in the 90 for GMS will roll off 6th tomorrow night. And that will complete the starting lineup for tomorrow night's running of the Advanced Auto Parts Clash from Daytona. Kurt Busch, Kyle Larson, the front row, Eric Almirola, and David Reagan will round out the field of 21 tomorrow night. Remember, early Sunday morning, Daytona 500 pole qualifying. Sunday afternoon will be the ARCA race from Daytona. Tomorrow night, the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series kicks off with the Clash from Daytona. Kurt Busch on the pole. Make sure you check out our website at NASCARMockSeason.weebly.com for more information, news, and everything. That's NASCARMockSeason.weebly.com for the official website of the NASCAR Mock Season. So, congrats to Kurt Busch on securing the pole, and we will see you tomorrow night for the running of the Clash from Daytona, the kickoff of 2018, here on March of 531. Goodbye, everyone.